Hello everyone, Niko Amii here, and today I'm talking about the new NX controller leak. Now, it looks pretty legit. It looks legit enough for me to comment on it, because we saw patents in the past which showed us the relative design of what they were looking for and what they were kind of working with in Nintendo for the NX, and it looks really similar. So, I'm going to show a picture right now, and it'll be, the first one is the patent they showed us, and the second picture will be the controller leak we saw. So yeah, that's the shape of it. If you're kind of confused, I'll kind of run you through it. So the patent, as you can see, it's like circular, like an egg, and then it has two little handlebars, and that looks kind of comfortable. But the way the other one is shown, the actual leak, it doesn't have those bars to hold on to. So you kind of have to hold it onto a PSP. I just got my PSP to show you, but it's gonna be kind of, you have to hold it like this. It's not like the gamepad, or it's not like a PS4 controller or like the Pro controller for the Wii U, where it has little bars right here. You have to hold it like this. Kind of like a 3DS, but not really. Kind of like the gamepad, but it's a lot smaller, so it's going to be kind of weird to hold like it, because you don't really have a great grasp, but you have a good enough one. But besides that, there's only two. So if you're looking at this, there's actually buttons. There's no buttons, it's all screen, and then one big joystick here, one big joystick here, and they kind of look a little ugly. That's why I'm hoping it's not real, just because it is kind of weird looking. But if it is real, I hope this is probably a prototype, so it's not going to be like the final version of the controller, because as you know, the NX isn't coming out like tomorrow or anything. They still have time to change it, and that might be a prototype of some sort. So if you don't like the design exactly, don't really be mad yet, because number one, it could be fake, number two, it could be a prototype, but I'm just thinking something like this. And since it can display its screen, I'm thinking it'll be like the gamepad, but mobile, so it'll be like a 3DS controller. If like the 3DS was a controller for the Wii U, for example, you take your 3DS, you use it as the controller, then you can take it on the go and play the same games you played on the NX. That's what I'm thinking, especially because we've seen lots of rumors and reliable sources say it's like a double console, it's like hybrid, where you can take the controller and play it on the go. That's basically what it's going to be like, I think. So you have a remote that's kind of like a PSP, but you can also take it and play it like a PSP or a 3DS on its own. So I think that's a pretty cool idea. It's just the way you look at it, it looks kind of bulky, and it doesn't look like something you could really take on the go. It looks like, I would say, almost double the size of this. So I don't really know how you're going to fit it in your pocket, and if it's really going to be a true mobile console as well. How are you really going to do it? Or not mobile, I meant handheld. Because I guess you can't really tell exactly how big it is in the picture, but based off what I can see, it looks about double the size of this, like this big. So a little smaller than the gamepad. I don't know how you're really going to take that. It's like taking an iPad on the go, I guess. Not something you really can put in your pocket. But if you're kind of confused in the design, it's just one big screen, right? It's like this, but the screen is the whole thing. Then one joystick here, one joystick here. So that little rock thing you saw, you can see me in the reflection, the little rock thing you saw is the screen being displayed on the system itself. And basically you can look at it and play at the same time. But as you can see, there was no buttons right here. So I don't know exactly what you're going to have to do. Maybe you're going to have to, like, say this is joystick again. Joystick around, and then once you have to press a button, you have to tap it. And that seems like kind of backwards, in my opinion, because Nintendo now wants to appeal to the third-party support, and it's going to be really hard to design games that can work for this thing, like a touch thing, and the system itself. So maybe there might be some features you're not allowed to do or can't do on the mobile version. So it's just kind of weird. I like the design in a way, but I also don't really want Nintendo to go out of their way again. I kind of want it to be more like the N64, where they didn't really take too many risks. They just kind of did, and they just did themselves, really. They just made a system. The last few systems have been really gimmicky. The 3DS focusing a lot on 3D, the Wii U focusing on the gamepad, the Wii focusing on the motion controls. So I really hope they just kind of... I like Nintendo a lot because they reinvent things, but I also don't want them to focus on the gimmicks, if that makes sense. So the controller, I wouldn't lose faith on it yet. Number one, it could be fake. Number two, it could be a prototype. Number three, it could end up being really cool like that. So we're just gonna have to wait and see. And yeah, that's all I can really say. So make sure to leave your ideas and your thoughts on the matter on the comment section below, and I'll see you guys next time. For more Nintendo news, please make sure to hit subscribe. Bye bye.